Hello there, guys, and welcome to Daily Updates. By now, I'm sure all of you have heard the press briefing of John Steenhuisen, where he was alluding to the fact that he received a letter from businesses in the country which were not happy about the exclusion of the Democratic Alliance from government. And I think many of us have and are still viewing that as a threat to the ANC and the president to say that if you don't cooperate with the DA, we are going to make sure that you regret it. You'd be glad to know that the president of the country, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, has finally responded on this claim of businesses writing a letter complaining about the exclusion of the Democratic Alliance. So, I would like to play both clips of John Steenhuisen speaking about the letter from businesses and also the response of the president of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, firmly responding to that threat from the businesses in the country. Let us first start by listening to John Steenhuisen speaking about those businesses. Please have a listen.
Did receive a letter from business, indeed, and I think we've seen the market's reaction to a government without the DA. R1 trillion wiped off the JSE just as a result of a market reaction to a potential that the DA would no longer be in government. And so I do think that careful thought needs to be given to the next steps and that cool heads need to prevail. And I think that we need to sit down rationally and try and find a way through this. But that can only happen if there is a genuine commitment to power sharing.
Just a day after John Steenhuisen came up with the story of businesses which were not happy about the exclusion of the DA from the government, Ramaphosa decided to respond to that madness by saying the following.
With business on a number of issues. We have been cooperating with business as we execute our reforms because they have a role to play. Business does play a key role in the economy of our country. The private sector's participation in our economy is about 70%. So they are a major player. And as a major player, we work with them on a cooperative basis where we work together and we listen to each other's views and we take decisions to move the country forward. But what will not happen is for any business to give orders and to dictate what should happen, because that space is the space that is occupied by people who have been elected by the people of South Africa. Business is not elected. People who are in parliament are the ones who've been elected to represent who? The views of everyone, including the views of business people in the country. So the extent to which we cooperate with business must be understood to be a process and a relationship of cooperating to take the country forward and not to dictate to one another. And that we will never allow. We are only dictated to by the people of South Africa. Finish and clear. That's all. That's where it starts and that is where it ends. Now, with regards to...
I think it's safe to say that the DA is really using the influence of businesses, the influence of the rand to get their way through with the ANC inside the GNU. I mean, you had a chance to vote with the ANC. You had a chance to sit in the meetings, and when they reveal the real stories about those negotiations, the ANC says, you guys wanted the expropriation to be scrapped, the Bella Bill to be scrapped, and also the NHI to be scrapped before you could support the 0.5 VAT. I mean, one really has to wonder. So you basically have to come up with your terms, very ridiculous terms, before you could support that 0.5. If that story is true, it means the DA is not against the VAT, but they just want their power. They want to impress those who voted for them by scrapping NHI, the Bella Bill, and also Expropriation Act, a highly impossible thing to do. So now, because they couldn't get their way, Action SA came through for the ANC, the DA is not happy. I mean, it looks like they thought that ANC won't have the numbers. They didn't know about Action SA. they really thought that ANC is up against the wall. But little did they know, the ANC has an ace up their sleeve. Now that the VAT has been voted, the DA is going to court, but before they go to court, there is something called businesses and the issue of $1 billion being scrapped from the JSE. It is now coming out because they couldn't get their way. Don't get me confused. I don't like the ANC and how they operate. I feel like they're taking us way back. But just because we don't like what they do, we shouldn't really appreciate and glorify someone who has never been tested, like the DA. If the DA is really serious about this and they feel like they're being excluded, the businesses are not happy, what the DA should do is to pull out of the GNU so that they can show that it's not about the blue light. If you are inside and still complaining and not going out, it means you care about the salary. But I really feel like I shouldn't be saying a lot about this because we all know that the DA wants power. If they can't get it, they're going to run and cry like little babies. So I have a clip from Gayton McKenzie who was speaking about the fact that the DA are hypocrites by acting like they care about the poor while they don't. Let us have a listen.
The DA thought the ANC can't operate without them. And then Ramaphosa outfoxed John Steenhuisen. President Ramaphosa, what he then did, he didn't go the EFF route. He went the route of Rice Mzansi, Bosa, and Action. Totally outclassed the DA. Totally. So the GNU will not break because the DA is no longer there. And the ANC, EFF is not there. Because they overplayed their hand. So the lesson is operate according to the cards that you've been dealt with. Don't overplay your hand. If you have 6 cards, play like a man with 6 cards. The DA had 6 cards. They played like a man with 3 packs. The DA overplayed their hand. Now, I was saying to them in Parliament, Abahambe. Now the ANC, some in the ANC said they must go, some said they must stay. I said they must Abahambe, all of those things. We were all angry with the DA. But I want to tell you tonight on this live, patriots, it's not party politics now, it's about our country.